Hey everyone, today we'll be checking out a mall in Carlisle, Pennsylvania, known as The Point at Carlisle Plaza. This is a small, single-floor mall, and there's only a few stores left in it, but it has lots of retro charm. Let's go inside and check it out. This mall opened in 1964 as an open-air plaza, and it was enclosed in 1976. In the early 2000s, a large portion of the mall was converted into a Lowe's home improvement store. Today we're going to see what's left of the original enclosed portion. And as I was walking in, this Capsule Machine caught my eye. I always feel nostalgic when I look at one of these things. It reminds me of when I would be begging my mom for a quarter on our way out of the grocery store when I was just a little kid. And over here, they actually have maps laid out for the mall walkers to show how many laps it takes to reach a mile. You know it's a dead mall when you see something like that. Anyway, let's begin our walk around the mall. As you can see, it's a very quiet and cozy old school mall. This mall was developed by the Crown American Company, and I've visited several other malls developed by them, and they always have a certain warm and inviting feel to them. They almost feel like home, if it's possible for a mall to feel like home. As you can see, it's all empty stores. I'm not aware of any current plans to redevelop this space, but I would imagine it would happen soon, I would say within the next couple years, so I don't expect this place to be around much longer. Here in the center of the mall they have this stage, and I wonder if they use it for anything anymore, but it's certainly cool to see. Definitely one of those old school mall features that you don't see too often anymore. These next two stores I wasn't able to identify, but as always, please let me know in the comments if you happen to know what they are. One thing I noticed are these streamers woven through the grates. Somebody actually had to take the time to do that by hand. Isn't that crazy? That must have taken up a lot of time. But I do recognize this next one. This is an 80s era Footlocker with the wood paneling, and if you look above the counter, you can see where the basketball hoop would have been. Very cool to see one of these. And if we look inside here, we can see an old Payless Shoe Source logo printed on the wall. Very neat. Check out that great neon sign up above the nail salon. Here we have an old food kiosk. I'm guessing this was probably a pretzel stand or something similar to that. And as we walk down this wing of the mall, we can see all this great vintage decor that they still have here. I love these planters that have real plants and the benches built right into them. It's so nice to come to a place like this and just sit on them and feel at peace away from all the hustle and bustle of the world. I really like this one with the white tile and these really nice looking plants. It's sort of in an S shape, like the kind you would draw on your binder back in middle school. And at the end of this hallway, we have the former Bonton, which closed in 2018 when the company went under. And as you can see, it's an old school storefront with the wood panel and the old logo. Very beautiful, just another piece of charm that this mall has. And let's take a peek at what's left of Bonton. Doesn't look like there's too much. Here we can see a label scar for the former Joann fabrics, and as we can see, it was another vintage logo in this sort of old school font. Not much to see inside Joann fabrics anymore. Okay, this next one made me very happy to see. You'll notice these multicolored tiles on the floor. This was a former KB Toys, one of my favorite mall stores when I was a kid. And check out that cool mirrored ceiling. That really takes you back, doesn't it? I don't really know what all these boxes inside were, but I think they may have been merchandise from the former Bonton that they're storing in there. I'm not really sure why they're leaving it behind and not sending it back to a liquidator or something. But anyway, seeing an old KB Toys really filled my heart with joy, and if you were a kid back in the 90s, you understand why. That store was the best. They even closed the Armed Forces recruiting office. You know a mall is dead when they've done that. This next store was a Claire's, and it's a little hard to see, but if you look back, you can still see the logo on the desk. Can you see it? It's very faint, but it's definitely there. Here we have a rather unique looking claw machine. And as I walked down the hallway towards the bathroom, I saw more of these prize and sticker machines. I love seeing these things. They just fill me with nostalgia for some reason. This gumball machine was kind of gross though. I could see some gumballs stuck on the track, and I just have to wonder how long all of these have been sitting in here for. Definitely don't want to take a chance with any of them. Anyway, so back to the other side of the mall. We can see in the background the Bath & Body Works is still open, one of the few open stores in this mall. And so this GNC looks like it's still in business. It's still full of merchandise. I think they were just operating on reduced hours. This was an old Radioshack, another great store from the past that's no longer around. On the back wall, they have this mural depicting events from Carlisle's history. It reminded me a lot of the one from the show Parks and Recreation, the one that they have in the Pawnee City Hall with just all kinds of violent things in it. And here we can see Molly Pitcher, a legendary hero of the Revolutionary War. Her final resting place and monument is here in Carlisle, and I made a visit to that. It's a really interesting video, so be sure to check that out. In the past, historical art pieces like this one were a common thing to see in malls, but I guess they just sort of fell out of fashion. But it's really cool to see that this one here still remains. Anyway, that's going to finish up our trip to the point at Carlisle Plaza. A real place stuck in time. Very cool to see all these old vintage stores and things like that. Anyway, Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.